Stop waiting for motivation. Right now. You've been sold a fantasy that successful people somehow have an endless reservoir of motivation that carries them through every challenge. They don't. According to research from the University of Pennsylvania, 92% of New Year's resolutions fail within weeks. Why? Because they're built on the flimsiest foundation imaginable, feeling motivated enough to take action. Think about it. How many Sunday nights have you spent planning an incredible week ahead, only to abandon ship by Tuesday afternoon? You're not alone. A study from the American Psychological Association found that 75% of adults report abandoning personal improvement goals within 30 days. Motivation is like that flaky friend who promises to help you move but texts an excuse the morning of. It shows up when it's easy and vanishes precisely when you need it most. Here's the truth no one wants to tell you. Your feelings are the worst possible foundation for achieving anything meaningful in your life. Waiting to feel motivated is like waiting for the perfect wave before learning to surf. You'll spend your life sitting on the beach watching others ride. But I've felt motivated before and accomplished things? Yes, motivation works. For about 72 hours. Research from behavior scientists at Duke University shows that the initial surge of motivation we feel when starting something new typically lasts just 2 to 3 days before brain chemistry normalizes. The successful people you admire aren't more motivated than you. They've simply stopped relying on motivation altogether. Consider this. Olympic athletes train approximately 10,000 hours before reaching elite status. Do you think they felt motivated for all 10,000 of those hours? Absolutely not. What they built instead were systems, reliable structures that function regardless of feelings. Think of motivation like weather and systems like climate. The weather changes daily, sometimes hourly. You can't build your life around perfect weather. The climate, however, is predictable enough to plan around. Your systems are your climate. They determine your long-term forecast. Let me be blunt. Successful people aren't more disciplined. They're better environmental designers. They've structured their surroundings to make failure difficult and success inevitable. Here's what works instead. Number 1. Environment engineering. Studies show that 45% of our daily actions are habits, not decisions. The path of least resistance usually wins. Is your environment making the right things easy or the wrong things hard? That bowl of fruit on your counter isn't motivation. It's strategic positioning. The gym clothes laid out the night before aren't inspiration. They're environmental cues designed to bypass your feelings entirely. Your willpower is like a muscle that fatigues. Harvard researchers found that we make approximately 35,000 decisions daily, each draining our mental energy. By evening, that muscle is exhausted. Don't rely on willpower. Change your surroundings instead. Number 2, the 2-minute rule. But I don't have time to build all these fancy systems? Wrong. James Clear's research on habit formation revealed that starting with just 2 minutes of a desired behavior dramatically increases long-term adherence. Don't meditate for 30 minutes. Meditate for 2. Don't write for an hour. Write for 2 minutes. Don't exercise for 45 minutes. Move your body for 2 minutes. Making something ridiculously easy demolishes the motivation requirement. 2 minutes requires almost no emotional activation energy. A Stanford University study found that habits initiated with minimal friction had an 80% higher completion rate over 3 months compared to ambitious starts. Number 3, habit stacking. B.J. Fogg's behavioral research at Stanford shows that attaching new habits to existing ones increases success rates by 71%. Your morning coffee isn't just a caffeine hit. It's the perfect anchor for a new behavior. After I pour my coffee, I will read 1 page. After I brush my teeth, I will do 5 push-ups. After I sit down at my desk, I will write 3 sentences. No motivation required. The established habit pulls the new one along like a train car. This all sounds great, but I'm different. I need inspiration to get started. No, you don't. That's your brain's excuse department working overtime. Let's get practical. Here's how to build systems that render motivation optional. Track it. Humans respond to measurement. A study in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine found that people who kept a daily food log lost twice as much weight as those who didn't. The simple act of tracking creates awareness that bypasses motivational states. Don't break the chain. Jerry Seinfeld's productivity system involves marking an X on a calendar for each day he writes. The growing chain of X becomes something you don't want to break. No motivation needed. Make failure costly. Put real skin in the game. Research shows that people who place money on the line are 300% more likely to achieve their goals. One app called Stick has facilitated over $50 million in commitment contracts, where users forfeit money if they don't follow through. Create accountability. Studies from the American Society of Training and Development found that commitment to another person increases success rates by 65%, and specific accountability appointments with that person increase it to 95%. What separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't isn't morning routines, productivity hacks, or manifestation techniques. It's the willingness to keep going when the motivation fairy has packed her bags and left town. Systems are the bridge that carry you over the motivation gap. They're the autopilot that keeps the plane flying when the pilot needs a break. Think of motivation like matches and systems like a furnace. Matches flare bright but die quickly. A furnace maintains consistent heat for the long haul. But what about passion? Doesn't that matter? Passion isn't what you feel before you start. It's what develops after you've put in the work. Research from the University of Quebec found that passion more often follows mastery than precedes it. The professional writer doesn't wait for inspiration. They sit down at the same time every day. The elite athlete doesn't wait to feel like training. They follow the program. The successful entrepreneur doesn't wait for certainty. They take the next indicated action. Here's your actionable blueprint. First, identify one area where you've been waiting for motivation. Second, design a 2-minute version of the action. Third, stack it onto something you already do daily. The next one, track it visibly. And the last, add accountability. Do this today, not when you feel like it, now. Because the truth is, your life is built by what you do consistently, not what you do occasionally when motivated. Stop waiting to feel ready. You won't. Stop waiting to feel certain. You can't. Stop waiting to feel motivated. You don't need to. Build the system. Trust the process. Let motivation become optional. Your future self is created by your present actions, not your present feelings. What small system will you build today?